Today we are going to finish our revision on the fourth quarter with section 6.4 traits, genes, and alleles. Before we start the revision, any questions? Any questions about the last revisions? Okay. The first question, what is the relationship between a gene and a protein? What is the relationship between gene and protein? Anyone know the answer? Okay. I will answer instead of you. Gene and protein, the relationship between them is genes are the code of protein or the secret of the protein. Gene are code of protein. Second one, what is an allele? Allele is the alternative forms of gene, the alternative forms of genes. Okay, it may occur as a result of the external environment like sunshine, nutrients, and so on, external factors. So, allele, alternative forms of a gene. Number three, what term describes a pair of alleles that are the same and that are different? The first part asks about the alleles when they are similar or same. When the alleles are similar or the same, they are called homozygous. When they are different, they are called heterozygous. The first part, homozygous. Second one, heterozygous. Again, the term or the scientific word that describes a pair of alleles. They are similar, it's called homozygous, and the term describes the alleles in the different way are called heterozygous. The fourth question, write a definition of homologous chromosome using the term gene and allele. Write a definition of homozygous chromosomes using the term gene and allele. Okay. Firstly, we know that the meaning of homologous chromosomes. Homologous chromosomes, they are similar chromosomes. They are carry the same gene. One from them inherited from father and the other one inherited from mother. But the answer must include gene and allele that the question asked about. So we'll say that homologous chromosomes, they are two chromosomes, one from inherited from mother and the other one inherited from father, and they are the same in, for example, in length, for example, like length, the same in the length, and carry the same genes, and maybe their alleles are different or similar. Again, number four, ask about the definition of homologous chromosomes, but the definition includes gene and allele. Firstly, we know that homologous chromosomes, they are similar, they are carry the same gene, one inherited from father and other one inherited from mother. But we will write another definition to answer this question, includes gene and allele. So we say that they are homologous chromosomes, two chromosomes, one from father and the other from mother. They are or they have the same, for example, the same length and carry the same gene, carry the same gene, and also maybe their alleles are different, carry the same genes, but maybe their alleles are different. Okay, again, number four, the homologous chromosomes. They are two chromosomes, one inherited from father and the other one inherited from mother. They are the same in length, for example, and carry the same gene, carry the same gene, and may be different in their alleles. Different in their alleles. For example, two chromosomes homologous, the red one from father, the green one from mother. These two genes carries, uh, for example, eye color trait, eye color trait. So they have the same gene, eye colors, but maybe they are different alleles. Maybe the red chromosomes carry the blue eye color trait, blue, and the green one from mother carry a dark brown eye color. So they are the same gene, but different alleles, different alleles. Interspace, next one, this one. Interspace pillow, draw a pair of homologous chromosomes, label the chromosomes with two sets of genes, one with homozygous alleles, gene A, and one with heterozygous allele, gene B. Okay, it is the same. We'll write two chromosomes, two, okay. Okay. Firstly, we'll start with the homozygous. Homozygous, they are similar, carry the same gene, and same alleles because they are homozygous, similar. So, in the first one, we will write gene A, and second one, the same gene A as the question asked. Gene A, gene A. But in the second one, heterozygous, gene P and gene P. That means in the first one, gene A, similar alleles. For example, like the last one about the eye color. So they all have the same eye color. For example, blue, both of them. But in the heterozygous, second one, they carry the same gene but different alleles. For example, P capital represent blue eye color, P small represent dark brown eye color. So the first two, gene A are homozygous. The second, P capital, P small are heterozygous. Number five, write analogy to show the difference between genotype and phenotype. Write an analogy to show the between difference between genotype and phenotype. Okay. Simply, uh, we explain that genotype is a set of gene in DNA, set of genes in DNA, and phenotype is the physical expressions of genes. Simply again, phenotype about the characteristics, the physical expressions of genes. But the genotype is a set of gene in DNA. Or we can say that phenotype, observable trait, observable trait, or traits, observable traits. You can compare these traits in different persons, like eye color. For example, person have dark brown and the other one have blue. So it is phenotype about the eye color. But about that genotype is about the genetics of organism. Like we can represent the blue eye color by P and represent the dark brown by P. So the physical expressions or the characteristics, the traits that can be compared from different persons will be the phenotype. And the letters or the sets of genes in DNA represent the genotype. Next one, how are alleles represented on a paper? How are alleles represented on a paper? If you want to write on a paper the alleles, so you must write it. You have two categories, homozygous, heterozygous. Homozygous, we know that any genes consist of two letters because one inherited from father and the other from mother. So any gene or any traits represents by two factors or two letters. And in case of alleles, we have two types, homozygous, heterozygous. Homozygous similar, so the letters must be similar. Heterozygous different, so they will be different. Okay, So in case of homozygous, they, for example, will be similar, T capital, T capital. In case of heterozygous, T capital and T small. So they will be different. They will be different. Okay. First one homozygous, second one heterozygous, and we have different like T small, similar, and homozygous. Okay, we have three cases: T capital, and T small. They represent homozygous alleles. T capital, T small represents heterozygous alleles. Number seven, fill in the table below with the missing genotype and phenotype, dominant or recessive, or alleles T capital, T capital, T capital, T small, T small, T small. Okay. Firstly, genotype. Homozygous dominant. Homozygous dominant means phenotype. Okay, they are dominant. You answer it. The question asks dominant. Okay, the alleles of dominant T capital, T capital, dominant capital and homozygous. So two capital letters similar. T capital, T capital. Second one, recessive. The gap of phenotype have recessive. So recessive always pure, so recessive always homozygous. So in genotype will be homozygous. And alleles of recessive small letters and they are homozygous, so they are two similar small letters, T small, T small. Genotype, the last one, T capital, T small represents in the alleles. So start with the first letter capital, so it dominant. But T capital and T small, they are not similar, they are different. So they will be not homozygous, they will be heterozygous. So in genotype, heterozygous. In genotype, it will be heterozygous because they are two different letters. In phenotype, start with T capital, so it will be dominant. Okay. Next one. If an organism has a recessive trait, can you determine its genotype for that trait? Can you determine its genotype? Yes, I can determine it. Okay. They are recessive, so they will be homozygous recessive. It will be have two similar letters. Okay, homozygous recessive. Number 9. What factors besides alleles affected phenotype? Factors affects on the phenotype, external environment, like what? Like sunshine, like nutrients, like electromagnetic pollutions. All of these factors maybe affects on the alleles. Okay, so number 9, environment, maybe sunshine, maybe nutrients. Number 10. What type of alleles are present in an organism with a Q genotype? It's very easy. Two letters, similar, capital. Again, two letters, similar, and capital. The first part, they are similar, so they will be homozygous. The second part, they are two capital letters, so they will be dominant. So the answer, homozygous, dominant. Again, we have two letters. First part, they are similar, so it will be homozygous. Second part, two capital letters, so it will be dominant. Dominant, right in capital letters, recessive in small letters. So the answer in number 10, homozygous and dominant. Number 11, what is an alternative form of gene? The alternative form of gene is alleles. Alternative or different forms of the same gene are alleles. Last one, number 12. What is the opposite of homozygous and of dominant? Ask about the scientific word opposite to homozygous, and scientific word opposite to uh, dominant. The opposite word of homozygous will be heterozygous, and the opposite word of dominant will be recessive. The opposite word of homozygous, heterozygous, and the opposite word of dominant is recessive. Okay, number 12 again. Ask about the opposite word, scientific word of homozygous and dominant. Homozygous, it's opposite, heterozygous, and dominant, it's opposite, recessive. Okay, so I think we finished the section. Okay.